Today we're going to do Botox injection. Now, when we do Botox injection, we do specific areas for very specific reasons. Now, one thing that we want to look at is that in the forehead, and if you would just raise your forehead, all right. So we want to improve these lines here. However, for women, what we want to do is we want to maintain elevation of the lateral brow. So if we inject Botox across the entire forehead, you're not going to be able to raise your lateral brow area. So when we do Botox of the forehead, what we're going to do, now raise your brow, we're going to inject in the mid portion of the brow, but not in the lateral portion of the brow. That's very important, because if you inject in the lateral brow area, you're not going to be able to raise your lateral brow area, and you get a sad drooping appearance of the brow. All right, now we want to get rid of the lining of the brow, but we want to certainly maintain the lateral brow elevation. Now, in relation to that also is this, that I also inject one little spot here on either side when I'm doing the crow's feet. Now just, okay, we're going to inject the crow's feet as well. So a lot of people say, well, why would you inject this lateral brow area? Well, the forehead is raised by the frontalis muscle doing this, but the lateral eyebrow area is constricting. So this muscle around here is pulling the eyebrow down. So when I inject here, I'm preventing the constriction of this portion of the muscle pulling the eyebrow down. Improving the crow's feet of the lateral eyelid area, we're also going to improve the upward movement of the eyebrow. Then there's another point. All right, so we're going to do now, just wrinkle here. Okay, she has what we call these are called little bunny lines, right? Where you see a little creasing right there. So we're going to inject that muscle that's running up and down, causing that. And then these are the frown lines, right? And there's a muscle here called the corrugator. Now, what's important? There's another important point about this. About this is that this muscle here is fuller and deeper here than it is out laterally. So there's a muscle runs all along this area, and it causes frowning. So when we inject this muscle, we're going to inject a little more here in this. You can almost see this muscle, fullness here. See this muscle here, fullness there, and a little out laterally. So we're going to inject a little more medially and a little less laterally, and we're going to be more superficial here and deeper there. So the point about all this is that when we're doing Botox injection, we're injecting very specific areas in very specific ways and manners, and there's a reason why we're doing all this, so that we get a nice result, and we want a result that we feel that is symmetrical, as well as give a very nice result. So I'm going to do this little line we call the bunny lines here. This is the procerus muscle, and that causes you to have a little frowning. And then we're going to inject like I said, the corrugator here, this muscle, that's the one that causes the frowning in this area. We're injecting that fairly deeply here. We're going a little more superficial in the outer portion of that. All right. We're doing the same thing here. And we're cutting them a little more laterally and more superficial out in that area. All right. We're going to inject the forehead. I say we're injecting the forehead, leaving the lateral portion of the brow so it can raise the lateral eyelids, because otherwise you get a little drooping, sad looking look to your lateral brow area, which is not good. Doing this lateral area here, like that.